We did not travel as an army, for that would provoke war. The brother of a new king could not travel in his own country with an army. The handful of his bodyguards who had survived the slaughter at Gegnesburg guarded Cnut, while I had Dreng, Snorri, Faramir, Gandalfr and Stiana with me. My foster father, Sweyn Skulltaker, came with 4 of his Hearthweru. There were just 20 of us who rode the road east to King Harald's stronghold. I rode with my foster father and Cnut, protected by my 4 Hearthweru, while Stiana, my son, rode behind, leading the pack horse. The other bodyguards followed. Cnut might be the one who was of royal blood, but that did not mean he had the best warriors surrounding him. The best lay dead at Gegnesburg. His survivors deferred to my men. My foster father was a practical man, and a wise one. It was he who cleared the air.
Before we meet with King Harald, Prince, what is it that you hope for?
Cnut looked at Sweyn.
Do you wish the throne of Denmark?
My father did not name an heir. Why should I not claim the crown?
There was a laugh in the voice of my wise foster father.
Because, Princeling, your father left Harald in command of the country when he left. He took you to England, and we all know that he intended you to be the King of England. More than that, his army is untouched and whole. The bones of your army lie along the Trent.
Cnut smiled.
But as my father did not name an heir, then I have every right to ask, quite reasonably of course, if I might share the throne with my brother.
I saw my foster father nod appreciatively. He did not know Cnut as well as I did. Cnut liked to play stone wars with the little figures, and he understood strategy. By asking what he did, he invited his brother to help him to gain the English crown. Of course, if King Harald had been behind the plot to kill King Sweyn, then we might be inviting our own murder at his new palace.
What of Thorkel the Tall?
Thorkel the Tall, the leader of the Jomsvikings, had effectively been the main reason why Cnut had lost England. The prince had been foolish, but it had been the defection of the Jomsvikings to the Saxons that had ended all hopes of Prince Cnut being crowned King of England. My foster father's tone told me what he thought of that. He almost spat the words out. He hated betrayal in any form. Cnut was more pragmatic.
He took the money from the Saxons. I can understand his motives. I do not approve of them, but men have been seduced by smaller amounts of gold in the past. He was never my man. He betrayed my father. I have too few men as it is to reclaim my birthright without making an enemy of Thorkel.
My foster father nodded. He understood his practicality.
How many fighting ships can I rely on, Sweyn Skulltaker?
It was a vital question. A Drecker could carry anywhere between 30 and 60 men. Although we could take as many in Nar, we needed fighting ships to ensure that we could land safely.
Not enough. You have 1 Drecker, Prince Cnut. My foster son has another. I have 3, and the Nor the Fat has 1. Even if we used my son's Nor, then we could only muster 400 warriors. Is that enough to take a kingdom? Even one led by one as poor as Ethelred.
When we had been heading back from England, I had had word of the king. It is rumoured he is dying.
Cnut smiled. I would rather he lived and continued to make such poor decisions.
It is his second son, Edmund, that you should fear, Prince Cnut. They both looked at me. When I went north to fight for Uhtred, I learned that Edmund, now that his elder brother is dead, is seen as a better prospect as king than his father. Uhtred supports him, and as I helped the Northumbrian to wrest control of the north from the Scots, then that means Edmund has control of the north of the land. He is the one we should fear.